So in my last update video, I was like, oh, I'll make other non-cancer related videos in the interim, and then I didn't do that. To be fair, it's also been like over a month since my last doctor's appointment, and I'm just now sitting down to film this, so I've been busy. It's actually now been another several months since me sitting down to film that video that I'm now actually starting to edit it. I'm less than a month out now from my next oncology appointment. So cancer aside, I've been going through it a little bit. Anyways, that's not really important, so let's get back to several months ago me with the rest of the update. So for any of you who haven't seen my past couple of videos, just to sort of quickly summarize, late last year I got my appendix taken out, and when they took my appendix out they found a tumor. It was cancerous, a low-grade cancer, but still cancer. So there was some concern that it could have spread into my colon. So over the course of the past 6 months or so, I've been occasionally meeting with an oncologist to just kind of monitor the situation. I'll link the past couple videos in the description if you're curious about it. But last oncology appointment, he was basically like, I don't think we really need to do anything about this, but we're going to continue to monitor it just in case. So about a month ago, I had my follow-up appointment with him. I got some blood work, I got a CAT scan, and just to cut to the chase, everything looks normal. So not really much to update you on. The go forward from here is probably every 6 months or so for the next few years. I'll continue to meet with him just to have time to talk with him, check to make sure that everything still feels normal for me. He basically said, like, look out for any symptoms. So if I have any like sudden weight changes, any sudden change in appetite, any stomach pains that aren't going away, you know, things along those lines, I should reach out to him and be like, hey, I'm concerned about this, what's going on? And then we can kind of look at the situation. Obviously, if any of that happens in the interim between appointments, I can reach out to him. But every 6 months, we just have something on the calendar so that we can meet up and chat and make sure that everything still looks good. And then with that, once a year for the next 2 or 3 years, I'll be going in for CAT scans again, just to make sure that everything continues to look normal. He did say he doesn't want to overdo it with the CAT scans because he's like, I'm supposed to be like treating cancer, not causing it. So don't really want to expose a 26-year-old to that much radiation all the time. But we do need to kind of monitor the situation. So once a year or so for a couple years, and then I'm done. Yeah, I feel like only anecdote from this time around is when I went in for my CAT scan. I had to get hooked up to an IV, and their first attempts to get the IV in, they did miss the vein, which was incredibly painful and stressful, and I almost fainted. But then second attempt, they got it in just fine. The scan itself takes like a couple minutes. I was still in and out in like less than 10 minutes getting the CAT scan. I did though have a bruise on my left arm for at least like 2 weeks afterwards. And actually, it probably won't show up on the camera. You can still see like the dot on my arm from when they attempted. And it's been over a month, so. Oh, also in the video where I talked about the appendicitis, because I had to get a CAT scan for that too. I mentioned, like, you might have heard when you go in for a CAT scan, it feels like you're peeing, but it doesn't really feel like you're peeing. It's just kind of the closest equivalent to the sensation that you feel. This time around, it felt like I was peeing. I knew I wasn't, because I had been warned ahead of time, but it really, really felt like I was peeing. Yeah, I feel like those are the only stories, otherwise everything went very smoothly. So this will probably be the last video I make on this situation, because I have a feeling that if I like updated you for any other appointments, it would be exactly like this, where it's just like, everything's fine, okay, bye. So this will be the end of this saga, unless things go south. Or, you know, until I'm eventually diagnosed with another cancer. It will happen at some point, just hopefully not anytime soon.